Every engineering team has the same problem. When a test goes red, you can't tell if it's a real bug or just a flaky test. Google found about 16% of their tests are flaky, and that flaky failures cause most of their red builds. So teams either burn hours triaging noise or they start ignoring red builds, and that's when a real regression shifts to production. FlakeWarden is an agentic triage system for UiPath Test Cloud. It looks at failing tests and answers the one question that matters. Is this a real defect, a flaky test, or an environment problem? The design follows one principle: deterministic, where the math should be exact, generative, where the evidence is messy, and a human stays in charge of every fix. Here's the agent running live in UiPath Agent Builder. First, a failing checkout test. The stack trace is a business value assertion, the total is wrong, and the commit renamed as selector. The agent reasons over that evidence and calls it a real defect. 97% confident, and it proposes no fix. Because you don't heal a real bug, now a flaky one, a stale element error. No real code change, just timing. It calls it flaky, and this time it does propose a fix. Relocate the element and add a weight, but that fix is a proposal for a human to approve, never applied automatically. And a third, a 503 from an upstream service with an open incident environment, rerun on clean infrastructure. Don't blame the test or the code, same agent, 3 evidence grounded calls. Why would a QA lead trust this? Because of the safety contract. A real regression is never quarantined as flaky. When the evidence is split, the agent escalates instead of hiding. I measured it on a 150 case corpus, synthetic but deliberately adversarial, 90.7% accuracy, and a 0% safety false positive rate, not 0 by luck, 0 by design, enforced by a check that fails for the build if it ever regresses. FlakeWarden runs on the UiPath platform end to end. The agent is built in Agent Builder, grounded on the test evidence, and deployed as a process on Orchestrator. UiPath Maestro orchestrates the flow, the agent classifies, and the verdict routes. Flaky goes to a human review heal. Real defects escalate. Environment reruns on clean infra. The right actor on the right failure with the human at the decision point. And I built the whole thing with a coding agent using UiPath for coding agents. Claude Code drove the UiP CLI to deploy the agent, author the Maestro orchestration, and validate it. The full build and deploy loop from the terminal in natural language, coded logic plus a low-code agent builder agent orchestrated by Maestro, FlakeWarden, deterministic where it must be exact, generative where the context is messy, measured against a labeled corpus and a human in charge of every change. The agent, the orchestration, the corpus, and the setup instructions are all on GitHub under MIT. Thanks for watching.